What's going on, guys? So I'm going to show you this farm right now. So we basically just head out right here into the mirror of lists, and we're basically going to just take out these groups right here. And I think Dervis is really the best way to do it. So you just ball them all up and you start attacking them, and you move like a dwarf. Like, the idea is to basically hit the Roaring Ether when they're using a Resurrection Signet. And I'm going to show you a few different areas to farm it, but I do think that this first area is actually the best place to actually farm it. So just take them out like that. Like, it's pretty easy to do. As long as you can keep, like, Feel No Pain up and also keep Vowed Piety up, you should be doing pretty good. Because they're not going to really be able to kill you. And as for the drop rate for the Ether Claws, the drop rate is actually pretty bad. Like, it's going to take you quite a while to get all of the items. But you may also get lucky and get a lot of drops. I actually got pretty lucky in one run. I actually got like 5 drops, which only happened that one time. Otherwise, you might get like 1 or 2 drops per run. You might have some runs where you don't have it. And I ended up losing Vowed Piety on like this group right here. So I ended up dying. But even if you do die, it's not a big deal because the Resurrection Shrine is pretty close by. And it's also easy to avoid. You just have to make sure you keep your Vow of Silence up. So I'll just go ahead and finish them up. And you can also get some Djinn Essences by going through here. So I would recommend keeping those also, since they're like items that are pretty hard to get, or the drop rate like isn't really that great. The Sapphire Djinn Essences, the drop rate actually isn't too bad, but still, yeah, it's pretty hard, or the drop rate isn't really that great. And really and truly, if you ever do any like vanquishing in these areas and you get Roaring Ether Claws, you should probably consider keeping them, because this is like one of those Nick weeks that people actually end up avoiding. With me, I did end up like farming and getting all of the claws that I needed, but it's like it takes a lot longer than usual. So this is one of those weeks that, I would kind of recommend skipping if you don't have them already, or you're not willing to actually farm them, because it does take up quite a bit of time. And there we go ahead and took them out. This is the build. I'll have it linked in the description down below. You just use like the usual like Zalis Scythe of enchanting, and Scythe Mastery +1/+3, and Mysticism +1. And here's another farm you can do. It's not as good because there's less Roaring Ethers, but at the same time, it's like sometimes I like to switch it up a little bit. It makes it less boring, and then on top of that, sometimes you may actually end up getting better luck with drops in this area right here, which I'm not going to go through the entire area in this video right here, but I do have another video that you can watch to where I go through the entire area. So because this area right here is a little bit better for if you're going after Ruby Djinn Essences, but I actually got like 2 Djinn Essences drop like during the first farm that I showed you, even though there's probably only like 2 Ruby Djinn. So like whenever you switch up the area, sometimes you can get better drops that way. And here's another area. You just come over here to the orchard, and you just go out here into Farm Highlands, and you can actually just farm it right there. So this area right here, like it's just one of those areas that's just like a little fun, like optional thing you can do. There's like a decent amount of Roaring Ethers like right through here, and like it's one of the things to where it's like the drop rate's like, I just do this because it's like to make it less boring, and then also sometimes you might get lucky and get like better drop rates in one area. And also you still get like the Diamond Djinns and the Ruby Djinns and the Sapphire Djinns. So we just take them all out pretty quickly. And if you over aggro, you have to kind of run away. And keep those Diamond Djinn Essences also, because those are like, I think the rubies are the hardest, and then diamonds are the next hardest. I think Roaring Ether Claws have been like harder for me than all the other drops. Or it's probably about equal to the Ruby Djinn Essence. So it might take a while. And there we go. There's the boss. Just took them out. I don't think I've ever gotten any good drop from them. And this is the run. So once you get your 10 Roaring Ether Claws, we're basically going to just go right into here into the garden. Just run around like that. You can also take a different path like that, or you just run around it like that. So we just go right out here, and you have to talk to this guy right here. Otherwise, you're going to get the Nightfallen area, and the Nightfallen area does not have Nick. And also, the foes are a lot more difficult, and it's actually a little bit harder to run through there. So this run right here actually isn't bad, but like in order to get here, you have to either have completed like basically beat Abaddon, or you have to have Talcora in your party, and then you talk to that guy, and he'll get you in here. So that's something that might end up tripping up some people. And I've never really seen this shown in like other YouTube videos where they do this, so this is pretty good to know, especially because like I ran the Nightfallen Jahala, the Nightfallen Garden or whatever, like a few times before I realized, you know, Nick just wasn't going to be there. So you just go right here, give him your claws, get your gifts, and there we go. So it's not really half bad. Like, I kind of enjoyed farming and everything, but I did get lucky and get like 5 drops in one run. It was like 4 or 5 drops. I would show the video, but it's just something messed up with it, so I can't really show it. But otherwise, that's it. Dungeon is signing out.